Good morning, everyone. I'm so glad that you were able to take the time to join us. I'm going to wait about 2 more minutes until we're right on 11 o'clock, and then we will begin. Well, good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. I know that I'm sure the last week or two have been challenging for you. I know they've been a challenge for us. We're all going to get through this together. My name is Karen Leonard, and I am the Director of Education Technology and Computer Science at the State Department. I'm really glad to be here. This has been a great start to my first year. I've only been here about 10 months in this role, and I've enjoyed working with computer science teachers all across the state, and hopefully some of what we share today will help you and just help you get through the last few days of the school year. I'm going to share my screen real quick, and there we go. And like I said, my name is Karen Leonard. With everything that's going on right now, the best way to reach me is to email me at the email address you see there. I'm also on Twitter and able to be reached at the Facebook OK Comp Sci group. If you're not a member of OK Comp Sci, I would highly recommend that you join that. It's just been a great way that all of the teachers across the state are able to connect. Actually, I know that teachers from outside of the state are connecting there as well, so hopefully that can give you some good resources. I know Zoom is new to some of you. Maybe you've participated in some Zoom activities, but maybe you've never led them. We know that Zoom is free for now and is a great way for some of you if you are doing any distance learning through technology to communicate with your students. I just wanted to show you a few things. First of all, I set this up so that you all come in on mute. That way it kind of makes it easier. If you set up a Zoom activity and people are not on mute, I would recommend you sharing that as one of your first tips. I'm still letting people in, there we go. Another thing is, down at the bottom of your screen is a chat box. And I have Lauren Jinks Jones here with me, and she's going to be helping me out by letting me know if there are comments or questions that y'all are sending as we go through this. So please feel free. I would love to have you just start typing in your name and where you're from and maybe some of the CS courses you're teaching. If and when you do any Zoom meetings, it's always wise to practice. You know, have a family member or a friend practice with you. That way you're kind of aware of all the little mistakes or where all the buttons are before you start doing this. I'm also making sure that I am recording my Zoom meeting. If you have, again, with students, it's really good that you make sure that you are recording it so that those that are unable to attend are able to watch it at a later time or be able to review everything that you shared. And another thing, I know that right now my backlighting is not the best. I've got my kitchen behind me. If I were teaching in front of students, I would try to make sure that I have a nice solid black or background that doesn't have a lot of glare and is distracting to students. I'm still admitting people. I'm just so glad so many of you are showing up today. Another thing, like I said, mute yourself unless you need to talk. And when you're unmuted, you can just press the space bar and that will allow you to talk quickly, and then press it again to mute yourself. Always know that there's going to be some form of a lag, so don't jump in right away. Make sure that you wait about 5 seconds to make sure that people can hear you. You all can't hear me, right? I guess I didn't ask that. And Lisa, that should have been one of my first questions, right? And, you know, I know working here at home with my daughter's taking classes online now, 2 of them, my husband working full time, and myself, our bandwidth is pretty up there. So just remember to be patient. Video chats do use a lot of bandwidth, and just kind of keep that in mind as we move forward. Okay. Well, again, I asked you if you'd welcome yourself, and I know I see a lot of people going in through the chat box sharing where they're from and some of what they're teaching. My first thing I want to know is, I really want to know how you're all feeling. So I am going to hopefully share a poll with you, and I would love to have you share some of your thoughts. How are you feeling both personally and professionally right now? Good. I know that there's, if you scroll down, there's a lot of ones that aren't visible right away. As you move forward, if you are actually doing digital lessons with your students, I think this might be a great thing for you to start off with every class, just to kind of see how you're doing. We have to make sure that we're taking care of our students, not only academically, but that we're providing the support that they need during this time that is unusual for all of us. I'm going to give you about 10 more seconds to share your feelings in the poll before we move on. We've still got people jumping in. Okay, the majority of you, we see a lot of calm, but a lot of overwhelmed. Those are pretty tied. I completely understand your feeling. We've got some confident, frustrated, disappointed. I know I was talking to Kristen Tanner earlier today from the Tulsa Regional STEM Alliance, and both of us have seniors in high school. And this has been very upsetting for them to know that prom's probably gone, any senior trips are gone. Hopefully they'll be able to have a delayed graduation, but you know, and we're communicating with students. Sometimes those are the things that get in the way, and we just need to make sure that we're taking care of them as whole. Okay, so my goals for today. I want to make sure that you're able to connect with each other and that you're able to communicate and brainstorm. Again, you need to be able to go in through the next few weeks and feel confident, and hopefully what we do today will make you feel better that way. The number one thing is you do have to make sure you take care of yourself. As I was talking about the social emotional feelings of our students, many of our teachers are feeling that same way. They are, thanks Lord, they are feeling overwhelmed, frustrated. I know that my days have just flown by while sitting here in front of a computer, and sometimes I'll look up and I'm like, I haven't even had a chance to eat lunch, or hours fly by so quickly. So make sure that you're taking breaks from work. Sometimes even take breaks from watching the news. I know that when we start to hear all of these numbers and statistics, our stress level goes up, and just you have to have time to get away and take care of yourself, take care of your body. My big way to relieve stress has been to run. I can't control much else in my life right now, but I've been able to run 21 miles in 5 days. So that's just getting out there. And once I get back from a run, I'm able to sit down and start all over, and with a better attitude. Make sure you're getting sleep. I know that can be difficult sometimes. Make sure you're eating healthy foods. Connect with others. I've been really blessed to be able to FaceTime and call friends that I haven't spoken to in quite a long time. It makes me feel better. It makes them feel better. And make sure you just have time to unwind. Okay. Now, as we know, we're going into this situation with anticipating that courses will begin again on April 6th. I want you to know that while the State Department of Education has created a guidance document that is going out and being shared with your administrators are the people making all of the decisions. It's local control. So although we can provide guidance, your district should be in the process of developing and sharing a plan with you for all of your distance learning needs. Your district learning plan will include anything such as the amount of learning time that is supposed to be covered each day. What are some of the content topics or standards that they would like you to cover at this time period? Some schools have already made the decision that they're not going to go forward and share a lot of new material. They're looking for review and enrichment materials. They're also going to be talking to you about grading policies and feedback expectations. And again, delivery methods, no tech versus technology. Information was shared with many of the IT directors across the state yesterday on ways to be able to help connect your students that may not currently have internet at home and or computers at home. So hopefully they will be able to share some of that as well. So when we're talking distance learning, I just wanted to kind of give you what the State Department of Education is sharing as our definition. Distance learning aims to provide a continuous learning opportunity for students from April 6th through the end of the school year that may or may not include the use of technology. I know when you're thinking computer science, that can be a pretty big challenge without the use of technology. So hopefully we'll be able to share some ideas with you for that. Like I said, things to keep in mind, many of our students are struggling. It's really important that you're reaching out. I've seen, people, schools drive through neighborhoods. Obviously with the younger children, that's more important, but stay connected. If you can send students an email or just have time, if they're able to see your face from time to time, or handwritten letter mailed to them. Remember, this is new to everyone. This is so not like any traditional school day that we've ever had. Just please remember to give them grace. Please remember to give your fellow teachers grace. Please remember to give your administrators grace. We're all trying something new. And remember, when something doesn't work, don't beat yourself up over it. This is our chance to try new things. Give yourself permission to just move on to the next idea and know that that's okay. I think it also is really good when our students see that we're making mistakes, so that they know, many times they can help you learn, and that might actually make them feel a little better. None of us are perfect, and we're all going to have great learning experiences to carry on. As you are moving ahead, I know that the Oklahoma State Department of Education has been putting out daily FAQs, everything from funding and attendance and child nutrition. You may want to check back daily to see if some of the questions that you have are answered there. If not, go ahead and make sure that you're contacting your school administrator to provide all of the answers to questions you have. And like I said, the biggest concern is probably, how do I reach students that do not have access to internet or a computer? And like I said, school districts are addressing this individually, and hopefully we'll be able to have that solved. So with that, I was thinking it might be helpful if we were able to break you down to some small groups and talk about, do you know what your district plan is yet? What are some plans that you have to support instruction? What type of tasks will you be implementing? And how can you take any ideas that are being shared in small groups today and apply them to your content area? And I'm going to stick a link to a survey in the chat box. And whoops, that's not it. We'll try that again. Maybe Lauren can do that for me, I think. But we would love to have your ideas. We are trying to create learning menus that we can share across the state. And as you and your groups are talking, we would love to have you share your ideas, and then we will publish all of that in an area that you're able to access later. So I'm right now going to put you into some breakout rooms, and I am just going to have this go. We're only going to be in these rooms for about 10 minutes. I just want you to be able to have a chance to talk amongst each other and share some ideas, and then hopefully we will be able to move forward with some of the ideas that you have received. So open all rooms, and are any of you in yet? Okay, great. Like I said, I'm going to jump into some rooms and see how you're doing, and just give you this time to work. No? Anissa, are you guys in yet? No, okay. Well, let's see if I can try this. Thank you for your patience as I do this. You two are making me laugh.
Good.
Glad we can bring some levity.
Okay, I think I'm going to pull them all back.
Okay.
And
you are still recording, so that's good.
good. Let's see if I am pulling them back. Breakout rooms, here we go.
Have fun.
If you're in here, we're just waiting for everyone to come back. I know that we're slowly getting people back in. Let's see. Okay, well, I hope that you have found some of this helpful. I loved some of the information that I was hearing as I jumped from group to group. And if you remember, I said that there was a link in the chat box where you are able to share your ideas with websites and other information, lesson ideas. If you would add to that list as we go on, I think that would be very helpful. It sounds like a lot of you are facing the exact same issues, and we know that by working together, we're going to be able to overcome those better. Some places for you to connect. Like I mentioned at the start, we have OK Comp Sci Facebook group. There's a lot of information and sharing that's going on there. There's also a CSTA OK Facebook group that if you haven't been there, I would highly recommend you going and checking that page out. Also moving forward, I am planning to hold weekly Zoom meetings on Wednesdays from 2 to 3. Hopefully that's after the time any instruction would be occurring. And just again, to give you a chance to share some of your successes, talk about some of your failures, and use each other as the resources that will help us all get through the next couple weeks. I will make sure that this Zoom link is shared on both of these pages. And I'll also make sure that it's on my computer science webpage at the State Department. Another idea, I've tried to create some curriculum resources and lesson ideas on my own as well. I have a CS Wiki, and I'm going to share that with you right now, and I'm going to make sure that that page or link goes into the chat room. And let me pop that in there now. I tried to use some of the maybe not so common websites or ideas for you, because everyone knows about code.org and Scratch. And so if you look down here, there are some other ones like PopFizCS. I haven't been able to explore through all of these resources, so I can't provide validity that they match all of our Oklahoma academic standards. But again, it's just a good place for you to go. Once you share things in that Google form that I just shared with you, I will add them to here. Here's another thing that might really be helpful is some of the unplugged or low-tech activities. If you notice a couple of these even are through grade 12. So these might be good resources for you. And like I said, I would love to add some of your ideas in this as well. And then I hope that this has provided you with at least a little calmness and a community where you're able to bond and share with each other. Like I said, there have been some wonderful comments and ideas shared in the individual chat rooms. I would love to see you be able to continue that in some of these other spaces, and hopefully scared and frustrated is not your first feeling when you think about moving forward over the next few weeks. And hopefully we're going to have calm and excited. I know you all miss your students. I miss my coworkers. It's hard to not be able to see them every day. And I think we're all just looking for ways to connect. I'm looking in the chat box to see if, please go ahead and share any questions that you have right now in the group chat. I will make sure that I save this group chat and share it on my CS page, as well as a link to this recording. I don't think the recording will be available until tomorrow, but any resources you have, I love Kristen again is sharing the CSTA OK group on Facebook. If you're not a member of CSTA OK, it would be great if you would join that as well, not just the Facebook page, but the actual organization. It's free. We have monthly meetings, and again, it's just another good way to build a community and share resources. If you have questions, comments, and concerns individually, I know sometimes it's very difficult to share ideas in front of everyone. Please feel free to call me. That phone number will not work, and that is not my, there we go. I believe that's it. The best way is though, just email me. Lauren, go. Wait, I'm trying. There you go. Okay.
All right, I think I'm on mute. I see some questions down here about AP as well. And I just wanted to point out that there is a Zoom on Monday at 1 p.m. I'm going to put the Zoom link in the chat as well, just so you have it, but it will also be available on the SDE main page where all of the COVID resources are. So you will be able to, if you go to the OSDE main page, navigate to that COVID page, which will have a link to that meeting for AP where you can ask additional questions on that on Monday at 1.
That's awesome. Okay, well, can we address this here now? Let's see. I'm going to pull up the Oklahoma State Department of Education website and see if I can share a link to the current, actually my internet is being very, no multiple choice test. I can also, why don't I share with you, Robin Lens, I think I spelled that right, Christine Lauren, does that look right? At sde.ok.gov. She is the person that is in charge of the AP programs, and she is the best resource. I know that during her Zoom meeting on Monday, a representative from the College Board will also be on there, so you can ask them directly as well. Any other questions? But, again, I am having a difficult time with my internet reaching anything. And okay, I will make sure that we share information. There'll be a section on my computer science webpage that will have information containing or concerning the AP courses and the testing. And I'll also make sure that there's a link directing you to the main AP course page. Like I said, thank you for coming. I know that you've got 8 million things in your mind to take care of, both personally and professionally. I'm very glad you were able to make time. And, you know, I'd be glad to connect any of you if you have questions or concerns and would like me to try and connect you directly to other AP teachers. If you just email me, I'd be glad. And Victor, you are awesome. He is willing to help with Scratch and App Lab. And some of these you might just want to carry over in the OK Comp Sci Facebook page and have some discussions from there. And I appreciate you all. Please email me anytime. I am here to do what I can to help you. And if you have any further questions and would like to stay on, great. If not, have a good afternoon and good luck. Again, if you have any individual questions, you're welcome to share them in the chat now. If you're still on here, I'm trying to unmute your audio. So if you've got any questions, you can just ask them instead of typing them in the chat.
Are we there?
Yeah, Ruth.
I'm sorry.
That
list that you put, that list of all the resources that you had, are you sharing that with us?
Yes, I did put it in the chat, and I am actually going to post that on the Facebook page and on the SDE page. I'm trying to make sure that it's in many locations so that you guys can access it. And like I said, if you share ideas, I'll be glad to put your ideas on there as well. I'd love that.
I know mine and Victor's focus is mostly the AP, and we won't have information on that till April 3rd. So we won't have the date for CSA until April 3rd.
Oh, okay. I know there's uncertainty is difficult.
Well, I'm interested how they're going to do probably just 1 or 2 FRQs, or they're going to make them very short for 45 minutes.
Yeah, I think they're probably feeling some of the same questions themselves as they try to make sure that they provide a test that covers the coursework, but also takes into consideration all the issues that everyone across the country and the world's run into.
Yeah. And I know because that I'm okay as far as my computer science courses go, because all my students have access to the internet. All but one. He has it on his phone. All the others all have devices. So they all have laptops or tablets at home, and we're on adhesive anyway, and now College Board's opened up the lessons. So as long as we can access those things, we'll be fine. I just made sure they're in Remind and accessing their Google Classroom. But what I'm having a trouble with is getting anything to screencast, because the CSP has to be able to record their app running and then send that in as part of their create. And I haven't been able to get it working. So
what tool are you trying to use for that?
at school we were using Screencast it, but I don't know how my students are going to do it on a tablet.
Oh, you know what? I'm wondering if they're doing it on the tablet. I use Screencastify a lot within Google, the Google browser. I'm wondering if they would be able to run it on a tablet and video it on their phone.
Well, we submitted that 2 years ago when I taught CS by recording it on their phone, and it was not accepted.
I would hope that they would have to give different standards for this. I would recommend really, I'm trying to think. Why don't you?
Part of CST, I'm a member of CSTA, Oklahoma,
Okay.
and national.
Okay.
So,
The CSTA actual website in general, the national one or international one, might be a great resource. I would try reaching out to someone there. I'd also try and maybe email College Board and see if there's anyone that would be able to answer your question. But, you know, I think they're just going to have to be very flexible. You know, everyone's making do with the best that they can. And I understand that it might not be acceptable in another time frame, but if they're going to ask for that, we'd hope they'd show grace.
and I think Victor that was on here is one of our Oklahoma City, I think that's one of our new Oklahoma City public school teachers. 3 years ago, there were 6 of us teaching computer science in Oklahoma City public schools. Now we're down to 2 teaching AP. I don't know. And I'm the only one with IT background. I'm a retired programmer for the State Department of Human Services. So I'm the only one with any kind of background.
Christine, have you heard anything? I know I saw you just jump on. Ruth was asking, in the past, when students had to record their apps and submit them for AP courses, they did not allow people to use a phone to record it while it was running on a tablet. I would think that a lot of those stipulations would have to be lifted for that. Any thoughts? Have you heard anything?
More than likely, but have you seen the College Board's latest stuff?
I get all their, I mean, I've been in College Board and I get all their emails directly. So.
Okay. Yeah, they did a whole like COVID-19 guidance update.
Yeah.
And let me see if I can pull it up just to make sure that you got it. I'd imagine if you're getting all the emails, you got it, but I just want to make sure.
Here, I've just got it, and I'm going to stick that in the chat. Hopefully that came through, Ruth. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Okay.
This one?
And that is actually different than the one I have. So let me show you what I have.
I have all their emails. I'll go back through them.
Okay. This one is specifically about AP news changes or news and changes. So I just sent that. But Robin Glinsman would probably know more too about the AP specifically. She's our director of AP.
Or, you know, see if there's any other information on the CSTA main webpage.
Yeah, I get these. I'm out there a lot because I'm trying to, I have my personal laptop and I have my school laptop and I'm going to be setting them up, and then I have another monitor. So my dining room table is just going to be full for a while. Because we can, yeah. My husband's working from home too, and he's got the office. So,
Yeah, I'm in the kitchen because my husband got the office. So, okay, is there anything else you can think of? Email me questions. I want to be sure that I'm here for you.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Have a good
You guys
day.
stay well.
You too. Bye.